A widely circulating rumour is that Mercedes have already signed George Russell for 2022, and that they will be making the announcement in Silverstone, which happens to be Russell's home race. This comes in the wake of Mercedes confirming that Lewis Hamilton will drive for them until at least the end of 2024. Russell has now revealed his side of the story while appearing on the F1 Nation podcast. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, George Russell refutes Mercedes' rumoured announcement for Silverstone. Russell began by explaining why Williams might not be a bad place to stay at next year. The change of structure and everything that's going on at Williams is fascinating. Obviously, the team have finished last for the past 3 years in a row. I'm pretty confident that will not be the case next year. He harkened back to the days when Williams stood on the podium multiple times in 2014 after having a horrendous 2013. That might sound silly or stupid now, but you've only got to look back at 2013 when Valtteri and Maldonado were in the car. They finished 9th or 10th in the Constructors, and came out the following year and finished 3rd, podiums at most races, pole positions. He reiterated his hopes for Williams. And every single decision that has been made so far I think has been a good one and for the right reasons. I see no reason why, over the course of the next number of years, Williams can't fight their way back to the front. He signed off by reacting to the rumour that Mercedes will announce him as their second driver for 2022 this week in Silverstone. I signed with Mercedes 5 or 6 years ago now. That is 100% true. As everybody knows, they look after me. But with regard to my drive for next year, nothing has been signed or sealed, and nothing will be announced in Silverstone, so I can let you know that. Fast feed. McLaren Racing can confirm that Lando Norris was involved in an incident after the Euro 2020 final match at Wembley, during which the watch he was wearing was taken. Thankfully, Lando was unharmed, but he is understandably shaken. The team is supporting Lando. As this is now a police matter, they cannot comment any further. Norris, meanwhile, is doing well, and he's trying to make sure he's ready and he's in the right zone for this weekend to perform at his best. His teammate Daniel Ricciardo has revealed that there are times when he comes out of a corner and thinks to himself, very good, 1 lap later, not good at all. He still has to learn to make full use of the strengths of his car and not to go at it too hard where it's not so good. It's an adjustment process, probably the hardest one in recent years. It's going to take time, more than he would like, Ricciardo surmised. He further reiterated that he'd like to throw the car into the corner and trust it to stick to the tarmac. Sounds simple, but it's not. The car doesn't seem to work with his natural driving style. Defending world champion Lewis Hamilton has stated that while he has enjoyed a successful career in motorsport, it's been a lonely path as one of the few black individuals within Formula One. And, after 15 years of waiting for the industry to catch up, he realised he had to take action himself. Through the Hamilton Commission's research, we can see that there are clear, meaningful steps the motorsport industry needs to take towards creating a more inclusive environment, Hamilton added. Red Bull's Sergio Perez is starting to set up his car more and more on his own, choosing his own direction. It's harder to compare the setup when both cars are not running with the same aerodynamic specifications. Then it's definitely important to go our own way, Perez explained. F1's managing director Ross Brawn thinks that racing drivers will still race each other in a supermarket car park with shopping trolleys, responding to Hamilton's comments that the sprint qualifying will be a procession. It's in their nature that they want to beat each other, and there's nothing worse for them than to be beaten by someone, Brawn added. He further feels that even if the sprint race is seen as just the precursor to the main event, the race, they will be desperate to beat each other and show who is the fastest and who is the strongest. Alpine's Esteban Ocon has stated that suggestions that the mood inside the team has changed after being overshadowed by teammate Fernando Alonso are not true. He doesn't feel it that way. This is because it's generally good for the team when Fernando picks up the pace. Do you expect the top teams to take a cautious approach to sprint qualifying? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula One.